Hey everybody, it's Marcia. David should be here shortly. He's bringing me some chicken feed for the chickens. And I'm filling up the chicken dish. This is our 2 cents. 2 pennies. Pennies. Later. Let me get my scoop. Getting the chicken feed ready. Just doing the video a little bit different than we have been. Just because we're trying something different. See if we can get better views or stuff. But today is, I don't want dog food. Today is my favorite day of the whole year. And you say, why is that? And I say, Friday the 13th. The best day of the whole year. It don't matter what month it's in. It's the best day of the whole year. And I like it. Okay, I got the chicken feed. David's going to bring me some more of this chicken feed. And then I'm going to mix the sunflower with it and we'll fill up this bucket. And he's here with it right now. Ta-da! There's the chicken feed. And I'll be mixing that up in here with the sunflower seed right here.
What was I supposed to?
Yeah, you're on YouTube. Our 2 cents.
Oh, I brought the chicken feed in.
Yeah, he did. Now, I'm going to feed the chickens. And you're going to do what? Work.
I was going to feed the cows some hay, and then I was going to get some bolts.
Okay. So, I guess I'll feed the chickens and we'll catch David as he's feeding the cattle. So, here we go. Let me get this chicken feed. Got my chicken feed right here. So I go out there and feed the chickens. Look at here. The peas are starting to grow. You're the only one that gets to see that. These here aren't growing yet, but they will. I got all peas in here. But let's go feed the chickens. And then I have to water them too, of course. What I do is I take this here ice cream bucket here. And these 2 bean buckets, cans. And I fill them up with water so the chickens can have something to drink. And they don't have to fight over it. And here's David on the tractor. Woohoo! Yeah! I'm going to drop the chicken feed on the ground where his tractor was at so the chickens can eat. And there's some of the cows right over there. We'll go over there in a minute. And you can see that. Let's drop this feed down here for the chickens. There we go. I'd walk over here for the little cows. We can see the crazy cow that likes to drink milk off the other cows too. I'll show you her when we get over here. If this is number 51, it's the one David pets all the time. I think it is. 51. Hi. Hey, baby. And this here is the one coming up here, looking at me, chewing its cud. Not the babies. But yeah, he coming over here to say hi. The one that turned back around to eat. That's the one that likes to drink milk off the other girls. So yeah. And the one with the green earring looking at us, the green earring on one ear and the red on the other ear. That's our meat for the freezer in a few months. That's our steer that we're going to butcher. So yeah. BBJ. I think the cow is interested in the cat. He's coming over here to her. Him. Isn't that cute? He's wanting you to pet him, BB. I've never seen that before. That is so cute. But I think the little one that's eaten with the steer is the one that has a bad eye. He's going to be our beef for next year. We're going to fatten him up a year or two and then have him to eat. You come over for me to pet you? Hmm? You let me pet you? You got a bad eye. Yeah, you got a bad eye. Come here. Oh, oops. I touched its nose and it got scared. But that's okay. At least I got to touch it. I'm going to scroll in so you can see the cattle out in the field a little bit. It's like the red one over here. And there's one over here laying down. Over there. See it? Content. There's a red one here staring at me. If I can get to it. Where is that? Should be right there. There it is. Then there's a couple out there. And David's coming with a bale of hay. So let's get out his way because he's going to open this gate and go out there and feed the cattle. See the cattle all laying down happy, aren't they? Yep. Here comes David with a bale of hay. So let's get out of his way. I'll go get the chickens out while he just does that. He smiled. While we're out here, we can see if the garlic's growing. I planted 48 garlic in this here bed. Won't be ready until August. But I can see some garlic heads, if you can see through there. I might have to get in there. There's some of them that's poking up. That's green. Hopefully they grow nicely. We'll see. Some of them still I need to get in there and put a hole in there and actually stick it down into the hole. Listen carefully to the tractor. Doesn't it sound like there's bearings going out? Something's wrong with it. And if you know anything about tractors and you can hear that noise, tell us what you think it is, please. Because I think something's wrong with the tractor, but he don't believe me. He says, you should be a mechanic. You hear all these noises and know exactly what's wrong. Well, I'm not a mechanic. I've never even went to mechanic school. Let's move this heavy wire out of the way. And the board. Now let's the chickens come out. Sure do have a lot of roosters. We don't need all those roosters, but we have them. There's another one there. There's four roosters right there. This one right here is Sue. The two red ones are just Red and Fred. And then the white one is white. And then Tina girl, which is a boy. Tina is another rooster. 5 roosters right here. We had 10. They're slowly killing each other off to figure out who's the boss. Let's go see if we got any eggs. First, I'm going to lay this board down just in case it gets windy. It'll keep the door open. so the chickens can get in when they need to. Well, we don't have any brooder. Yeah, do we have a brooder? Nope, there's no broodies. That's good. One time I came in here and they were broody. Looks like we got 6 eggs in here. None in here. 4 in here. Wow, we got a lot of eggs today. And 5 in there. Let's get them picked up. Take this bucket off my hand. Lay them in there. We get like a dozen eggs a day. Now, what am I supposed to do with a dozen eggs a day with just 2 people? And it's a little bitty one. Tell me what you would do with a dozen eggs every day. Now, I saw a commercial on Facebook, in between reels, of someone taking ramen noodles and putting like a dozen eggs into the ramen noodles and cooking it, and the eggs soften up the noodles, and then you had eggs in the noodles. I suppose you can add vegetables to it as well, and that would be good. And a way to eat some of the eggs. What do you think of that? Comment below. Okay, that takes care of the eggs. I was supposed to give the cat an egg before I let the chickens out, but I didn't. Let's go out here and see if we can see David feeding the cattle some hay. The cows all going out to him. As you can see the trail that they're making. Look, there's BBJ. Spam some hearts for him. He likes being in the videos. He's enjoying that sun. Are you having fun, BB? Huh? Yeah. You look like it. Uh-huh. You scratching your back? Or are you taking a dirt bath? Did those chickens teach you how to do dirt bath? I can't even talk. Dirt baths? They did, didn't they? I'm going to go look at Daddy while he feeds the cattle. Put these eggs down here. Okay. I can hear the tractor. Must be way over there in the trees. You can see the cows going over there. But yeah. Our land goes way out there where those trees are. Way the farthest trees you see. And not where the cows are all walking. That tractor. So, yeah. We have one bull out there someplace. He stays out there and does his thing whenever he needs it. Whenever the cows are ready. He's already ready. Yeah. The birds are doing their thing. All scrounging, foresting for food. Now this here rooster here, he's our oldest one. The nicest also. We call him Ruru. Yeah, but we got too many roosters. See, the roosters are getting ready to fight. We have cockfights every day with those roosters. Let me pick up my eggs. As you can see, I can get them in the house. Since David has to go into town and get some bolts to work on his grain, I don't know what it's called, bucket. There's Sue, a boy named Sue. Ain't he beautiful? And red. And there's Blondie. They're all roosters. As long as they don't attack me, I'm okay with them. When that happens, the shovel right over there is going to get them. But that wagon Right over there is what he's getting the bolts for, so he can put a new floor in it. Put a new floor in there so he can get our grain. And there's some hay that he's been hauling over there. Oh, I gotta get the roosters water. See, I told you I was gonna get those cans filled with water. They already knocked them over. Get those filled with water and they'll have their water. Otherwise, there's too many of them to get out of one bucket. So I spread these out a little bit and fill them up with water. And the chickens can have their water to drink. So, that's what's going on. There's Beauty, the gray one. Right there. And then BBJ's over here. We got, I try to name all the birds. There's Red. But I don't see Brownie. She's probably over there where the other girls are at. Anyway, hope you enjoyed our 2 cents today. There's BB again. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. I don't even know what you see, but I'm gonna let you go, and we'll see you tomorrow on the next video. Yeah. Ta-ta for now.